Okay, so in our last video you saw us dismantling the front axle, and the one job we didn't get to was this pivot bush in the center of the axle. Now I've tested this when it was on the tractor, tried to see if I could see any movement in there whatsoever, and I can't. It feels absolutely solid, as in nice and firm, which is what you want. Looking at it now though, I fear that I should be able to move this. I'm putting all my weight on here and it's not moving, and that doesn't bode well. I believe, and again I stand to be corrected, but I believe that this should be relatively flexible, right? It shouldn't be loose necessarily, but I should be able to move it. So look, I've got it standing up in the vise, which is obviously it's not the beefiest of vases, but it's holding it. I want to at least get this off and see what I can see. My fear is that, similar to all the other bushes on this tractor, that we may have, basically it's essentially seized. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this off without. That's loose. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know how easy it's going to be to take a look at this, but I figured while we're here we might as well. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this should pull out. Let's see if I can get underneath it. I may have to put it in a press and actually press it out. This is basically the bush, and it goes all the way through to the back. And as I say, I should be able to move this. I think I'm going to try and put this in the press. The problem is you haven't really got much to press on here. So with these rivets here, it's a bit awkward, but let me see what I can set up. Okay, I've got this set up in the press now. With this very long bar, I've had to do that because obviously of the strange shape of this thing, which happens to be the right diameter. Now look, I can't press too hard because we are resting on this face over here. I've got supports in the back to keep it level, just resting on the heads of those rivets. But I just want to give it a little bit of pressure and see whether it'll move. I may have to give it a bit of heat as well. So let's see how we go. No. It's just pushing it sideways. Just lifting up the back. Now we need some support on the air. Okay, I've got a bit of support under the front there. It is blocking the where the bush needs to come out, but if we can at least get it going, then we can see whether. Basically, I just want to see whether this is going to work. Looks like it's going. Now I think it might have bottomed out now. let me see if I can see. Okay, that's bottomed out now, which I was expecting. But at least we know now that it's going to move. So that was my packing slipping. And that's because this now has bottomed out on here. So I don't know if we're going to be able to go any further with this method. Let's see. Right, let's try again. I'm going to put some penetrating oil on that. Just putting a mark on it so that I can see if it's actually moving. Got a lot of pressure on that now. No, I don't think that's moving. Go one more and then we'll heat it. Okay, put quite a bit of heat on it and it looks like it started to go now, so hopefully it'll come all the way out. And this is going to fight us the whole way, but let's put some more oil on that. Hopefully that will help. Go. Okay. Chris likes to make a noise when it goes back up. Likes to protest. So now this wish arm should come out. Yeah. And it's pretty obvious that the bush is not in a healthy state. But I'll bring it over to the camera in a minute and we'll show you everything. Okay, so first of all, here's the pin, and I'm hoping, there we go, you can see that ridge there, right? So that's no good. Clearly that's worn at some point. The other thing to note is this is just rust. I mean, it's pure rust. So that's no good. Looking at the wish arm, first thing we notice is that this bush is damaged, so you can see half of it, well not half of it, but some of it's missing there, so that's been damaged at some point. Looking inside there, look, it's okay on the bottom. No, hang on the top, but on the bottom, again, we see this horrible, well, basically rust. Okay, that's quite a bit closer, but hopefully you can see inside there. I don't know if you can, but basically this is all rust. Okay, so that bush is no good. So that's going to have to be replaced. The good thing is that I don't think we've got any wear on the actual wishbone, which is a good thing. So that's that. The final piece obviously is the main body that the pin sits in, and look, it's a bit dirty. But from what I can see, it's not in bad shape, as in there's no excessive wear in there. There's a little bit of, it is made up of 3 parts, right? So you've got a plate here, you've got the main sorry, two parts. You've got this body, and then you've got this plate that sits in here, and that plate can be replaced. You have to, it's welded in, but you can actually replace it if you need to. But that, look at, I'll have to get the new pin. And then see how it compares. But in principle, that, judging by the old one, that's not bad. So we'll see when we get the new one how that actually measures. But I'm thinking that that might be okay, and that the pin has done the job of wearing, which is what you want. The idea is that the pin wears and the body remains sound, and it looks like that's what's happened. So despite this being nice and tight, as in it felt nice and tight when I tested it, when it was on the tractor, I think most of that is to do with the corrosion and the what do you call it, the glaze that's built up. But yeah, so I mean, the point is, you never know, right? It's probably better just to check, even if, especially if you're doing the whole job like we are, even though it felt good, it's better to take it out and have a look. But as I say, that hole feels okay. I suspect that will be okay. And this is our problem here. Is this wear here, and all this corrosion and rust, that's what was holding it together. And once we started using the tractor, that rust would have broken away and it would have gone sloppy. So I'm glad that we've actually checked this. Okay, well look, that's it for this video. It's just a quick short one, just showing the dismantling of this, checking of it. I'll get that pin reordered. I'll hopefully be able to get the bush reordered, and get that and then the next video, or a future video, will be us putting this all back together again. Okay everyone, thanks for watching, and hope you all have a good week. Cheers for now.